Welcome, my name is Muthoni. If you are new, please remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post a new video. For returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my content. Today we are going to look at top 5 hobbies that could make you money in Kenya. And this was inspired by all my other videos. I keep talking about how you need to make money from your hobby, and it's the high time, I just talk about these hobbies that I keep talking about. The list is endless, but we are going to look at top 5 hobbies that I think will make you money. Number 1 hobby, of course, it's singing. I've not met a single person in this world who doesn't love music, and at the same time, there are not so many people who can sing so well. So if singing is your hobby and you sing so well, and even if you don't feel like you sing well, you can always work on your singing skills. So how you can make money from singing is number 1, which most people don't like. This is singing on the streets. I don't consider anyone I ever see playing an instrument or singing on the streets. I don't consider any of these people a beggar, because I feel that these people are artists entertaining us on the streets. And every time I have extra cash, I have to leave some for them. And I've seen so many people. Nowadays, people are embracing that, and have seen people, just going and singing and playing instruments on the streets, and people give them money. This is not begging. This is, entertaining people and getting paid for it. So you can just go on the street, identify a busy street, pick a spot, start playing music with your instruments, display your pay bill number, and leave a place for people to leave tips for you. This will also, attract people that want you to play during their events, which is another way of making money from singing. You can play for events, small events to corporate events, and just make money from that talent. You won't even feel like you're working. You're just making money from something that you do. Another way of making money from this talent is from this hobby is teaching children and adults how to sing and play instruments. Right now, the education system is allowing people to improve on their strengths that are not related to education. So you can take advantage of that and teach children and also adults. Even me as an adult, I'd love to learn how to sing and play instruments. So you can take advantage of what you have and start teaching people and start making money from it. Another way to make money from singing is, of course, recording your own songs and selling them. Right now, there are so many platforms where you can sell your music, and you can take advantage of the growing technology and market yourself, make money. Of course, there is a whole other list of ways to make money using music and all the other hobbies that I'm going to mention. So in case I leave out something that you feel is so important, please leave a comment on the comment section and let us know how you make money from these hobbies, and also mention other hobbies that you're making money from, and help someone else that might not be knowing that there are opportunities out here. Another hobby, this I mentioned it on my other video, but I'm going to expound on it. It's swimming. Swimming is a hobby for most people. Every day, people are going to the swimming pool because it's hot and they love swimming. Every time on your CV, you're listing swimming as your hobby. And you might never have met someone who makes good money from swimming. So one of the ways to make money from swimming is by, helping other people to swim. There are people in their home compounds who don't have lifeguards, of course, and people to look at their children, and they can't leave maybe the house manager or their nannies watching their children swim. So they'll need someone who is more experienced in swimming to come and watch their children swim, or teach them how to swim. So I mentioned there's a course that is being offered by the YMCA, and there's also KLF. I don't know any other institutions that offer life saving as a career. So if you know any in Kenya, please also leave a comment on the comment section, so that we know other institutions that offer. But anyway, for these two, they offer swimming classes. They offer life-saving classes, and the reason I'm talking about joining such institution to improve on your swimming skills and come out as a certified lifeguard and a swimming instructor is because you might need these papers. And to be honest, for a whole 6 months and swimming 3 times a day, and having unlimited access to the pool anytime you want, I feel like the pricing was fair for the whole course, because for 6 months I know for a fact it's less than 30,000 Kenya shillings, a total amount, and I know it's less for YMCA. I don't know how much KLF charges. I don't know what KLF other institutions charge, but I know for YMCA this is the amount they charge. They charge less than 30K for the whole course, which is 6 months. You'll have a certificate as a lifeguard, swimming instructor. You'll have a certificate in aquatic first aid and pool maintenance. This will be valuable for you, like even when you're going to ask people and marketing yourself online as a swimming instructor. Having a certificate and showing something for it is something that will place you at a better level than someone who just has basic swimming skills. I must also mention that you don't have to go for the life-saving classes. I just felt that this is beneficial, and you can take advantage of that. The other way of making money from swimming as a career is, you can join you can get into competitive swimming. Sometimes we just assume that there are not enough facilities in Kenya or in your country to enable people do competitive swimming. However, I feel those are just limitations that we put there ourselves. You can always, especially with these skills that you can polish up on your own, you can always prove to us that you can do it without being recognized, without having anyone else from your country doing them. You can be the one showing us that we can have competitive swimmers in Kenya. And the good thing about being the first person is that your opportunities will be wider, and you'll open also opportunities for other people that are coming up. And just pick your favorite stroke and talk to other people that are doing competitive swimming, and encourage yourself to get to where you want to be. The other hobby that you can take advantage of is writing. I know in Kenya, within your circle, there are so many people who benefited from academic writing, and especially in campus, most people used to do academic writing, and that used to pay their rent and their basic expenses in school. I know a number of people, and this is a topic that I'm hoping one day I'll get someone to come and educate us more on. And people have made crazy money from online writing. And if you do online writing and you'd love to share with us how you started and how you can make money. The amount of money I hear you people make is insane. So if you want to share your success stories with academic writing, please let me know. We can plan, and we can do an interview for you to share with us more knowledge on online writing. That is one way to make money from writing. The other way to make money from writing is blogs. And we've all seen as a nation that bloggers are the first, even before YouTube grew. Bloggers have been making money from way back, and we have advertisers targeting blogs, and these people have found a way to make money. Just identify a niche. And the good thing about writing as a hobby is that you never get tired. You never feel like giving up, because you're writing as a hobby. you want to keep writing, so it's not something that you will get tired of. And I'm hoping to watch you grow from, a smaller blogger to become the best blogger in Kenya. Another way to make money from writing is writing scripts for films and TV series and for stage plays. Or sometimes you don't really have to even get connections to producers and directors. You can produce your plays and you can produce your screen and stage plays alone, and you can also write skits that you can shoot with simple equipment and post them on YouTube, and like you can grow from there and market yourself as a writer. The other way to make money from writing is manage social media pages. You can be writing very attractive captions for people, and respond to emails and DMs. This is a skill that most people don't have. As much as AI is coming to take over, there is that feel of having a human being respond to you, and you can be that human being responding to people and helping people manage their social media pages and their websites. Another way to make money from writing is writing articles for newspapers and magazines. Sometimes you don't have to start earning money immediately, because most people who write some of these articles don't get paid. But it will help you and give you confidence. When you see your articles appear on these newspapers and magazines, it will give you confidence, and you can use that as a portfolio when you're looking for a writing job. So that's another way of making money from writing. The final one in this category, and of course I keep saying the list is endless. If you have other ways of making money, you can always leave a comment down below. The other way of making money from these is writing books and selling. We have very famous African writers. I know there are writers from other continents, but of course I'm focusing on African writers because I love African writers. I don't read that much, but if I want to read a book, I'll obviously prefer an African writer, because it feels so relatable. And in the past, I think we had so many popular writers, Kinangugi wa Thiong'o, Chinua Achebe, and we need another generation of writers that will come up from our generation. We need writers to keep on writing about our stories, relatable stories, stories about our culture, and we don't have to wait for someone else to take up that role. If you write, you can start writing books and publishing them. Nowadays, we have access to all the resources in this world. So yeah, do that as well. The other hobby that I'm going to talk about, it's never a whole YouTube video if I don't mention cooking as a hobby. And we have the obvious ways of people making money from cooking. Sometimes you go get employed as a chef, do YouTube videos on how to cook, and become a food blogger. And sometimes you write about cooking, sometimes you post recipes online. And I was talking to my friends the other day and realized, talking about how most of us, let me just not generalize, let me just say some of us don't like cooking, and we don't mind having someone coming over and preparing meals that will last me a week, and then you come for the next week and do the same, and repeat that every 1 week. I was thinking of how much I would be willing to pay such a person, and I know this is not a very good rate, but for a hobby, I think it's a good amount. Let's not be too greedy with money. Let's imagine charging 1,500 for someone who is living alone, and then you go prepare a meal for them to eat throughout the week. So this might not take much of your time. You might go there for 2 hours and get another client for another 2 hours, and another one for another 2 hours. So you can have 3 clients every weekend, and of course you'll get recommendations. and sometimes you'll have more customers coming your way, and sometimes they're even bigger gigs because you won't charge someone who is alone the same amount that you charge someone who is living with a whole family, or someone who is having a huge party of like over 20 people. The rate will obviously go high, but sometimes when you're not known, it's good to not be greedy and start with small amounts. There is no way you're not getting recommendations if your food is good enough. And there are other ways that I keep talking about on my YouTube channels. Of course, there are other ways to make money from cooking, and I've mentioned some of them in my other videos. Because, as I said, this is not that first time I'm talking about cooking. So, if you have other ways to make money from cooking, please also remember to leave a comment on the comment section, and let us know things you do to make yourself money through cooking. And that's also other hobbies. The other hobby you can take advantage of is DIY and crafts. So we are living in an era where we have so many resources exposing us to information and things of that kind. And so many people nowadays prefer to do things on their own, because if you can do it, and why look for someone that you're not sure about their skills? And if you are gifted in this area, you don't have to be a whole professional carpenter or anything of that kind. You can make unique stuff, sell them online. You can do videos showing us what you do, because as much as we have resources online to show us how to do things, there are some of us who are not gifted in such an area, and we would prefer to have someone else do that for us. And it's always good to look for someone who is gifted in that area. So if you market yourself as a person who is as a person who does this kind of things so perfectly, we will obviously come looking for you, because we want cute things in the house. We want people to decorate our houses, which also means that you can start doing interior design as well. People nowadays are not just concerned with their home spaces, they're also interested in having their workplaces done so well, and having well decorated offices and shops and any place, because they have discovered how people get attracted to their businesses for just having their shops looking amazing. So the market is ready. Just make sure that your craft is attracting people and making people spot you. Of course, I've just mentioned 5, but there's a whole list of other hobbies that you can make money from. So please just tell us what hobby you're making money from, and I'll give you a few tips on how to you have all these, and I'll help you with a few other tips that will help you get noticed with your hobby. When you practice this hobby, and people will obviously know what you love doing, and in case they have a job that is related to what you love doing, they'll obviously mention you. I've seen people, most people get support from people around them. Like if there's a singing competition, people who know how well you sing will obviously send you such posters. People who know how good you are at swimming will obviously recommend you to opportunities that are related to swimming. Cooking as well. If you make it known to people that you do these things, they will obviously recommend you when people are needed. The other way is to, of course, polish up the skill. That's why I mentioned you can go to classes and get certificates from swimming, and that's an added advantage because everyone swims. But how are you going to separate yourself from swimmers and professional swimmers? It's by maybe going and polishing up your skills and getting certified for that. We've come to the end of the video. If it was helpful, please remember to give me a thumbs up so that YouTube knows that this video is helpful, and it will recommend it to other people. And also share it with friends. Sometimes sharing will not only just help me, it will also help you to remember this video that you watched, and you want to remember my name and you can't really remember my name. So you just go back there and remember you shared it somewhere, and you remember my name. So share this video, like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.